Check one, check two, check three. Oh, sorry.
It's okay if I? Maybe I should on this side. Good morning, FirstU. We're going to begin today with some singing. We're going to sing It's the Same prelude as last week, Keep on Moving Forward by Emma's Revolution. And as usual, there's a little bit of clapping in there. There's only 4 claps on the screen, I believe, but we will do it 5 times. Just like that. So let's start now. We're gonna keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Never turning back. Never turning back. We're gonna keep on loving boldly. Keep on loving boldly. Keep on loving boldly. Never turning back. Never turning back. We're gonna keep on living proudly. Keep on living proudly. Keep on living proudly. Never turning back. Never turning back. Thank you.
Good morning, I'm Carmen Contreras from the board, and I have 5 announcements for you this morning. First one, we are having a barbecue to welcome Reverend Lara on September 7. There is an RSVP form in the EUU, and it would be very much appreciated that you fill that form because it's gonna help us provide food for everyone. As well, we have some volunteer options for those of you who might want to participate. So the RSVP link is on the EUU. As well, if you have any questions, there is an email that you can use, which is September 7 BBQ in capitals at firstunitarianottawa.ca. Next announcement is about the Ajashki program. The Ajashki program is looking for volunteers to help prepare lunches on a weekly basis on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8 to 1, and to help shop for food. Excuse me. Helping with either or both of these needs would be appreciated. Please contact ajashkicenter@gmail.com to get involved. Now we have a study group that is called Join the Mess. No, it's not called Join. It's called The Mess We Are In. The Mess We Are In. If you want to join this study group, it's 3 sessions beginning Thursday, September 4, from 6:30 to 8 p.m. in room 3 down in the basement. The 3 sessions will focus on the following book: Red Flags, A Reckoning with Communism for the Future of the Left. And if you want more information, there is information in the EUU, and you can contact messwearein@firstunitarianottawa.ca. Now an announcement about the fall fair. If you have found things that you would like to get rid of, if you have been decluttering your home this summer, think about donating items to the fall fair. There is information on the EUU about which items the fall fair will be collecting and which items we are not collecting. And lastly, but not least, definitely, today is the last day of Pride Week in Ottawa, which means today is the big parade. Please come and join FirstU marchers. If you can provide a ride to the place, please see Chuck at the table inside Fellowship Hall after the service. The parade staging location is area A64, the orange zone, on the Lorry Bridge in front of City Hall. Marchers are encouraged to be in place for the parade start at 1 p.m. Marchers can look for FirstU banners and Uni the Unicorn. I don't see Uni the Unicorn right now, but I'm sure most of you are familiar with the unicorn. If you rather cheer than march, there will be a cheering contingent with other FirstU folks. Join Nina at the accessibility area at Elgin Street and Albert, corner of Elgin and Albert at 1 p.m. Also, for the first time, FirstU will have a table at the Capital Pride Street Festival. Come and say hi. We will be located on Bank Street between Gloucester and Nepean. Thank you.
Thank you, Carmen, and thank you, Jen, for our opening singing. So good morning, everyone, and welcome to the First Unitarian Congregation of Ottawa. Whether you are here in Worship Hall or watching from wherever you may be, you are welcome. My name is Lisa, and I'm delighted to be here today with Alex Campbell. Today, together, we will be offering a reflection on trust as part of our summer service series, some good alliteration there, that we are weaving together around the broad theme of looking back and looking forward. As we begin our time together this Sunday, let us take a moment to ground ourselves in this place by acknowledging that our FirstU campus is located on traditional, unsurrendered, and unceded Algonquin Anishinaabeg territory, and that the work of reconciliation is a responsibility of our congregation and of all Canadians. Our goal is to educate ourselves and all those who have the willingness to understand, to be of service to those who are at risk, and to advocate for justice. Let us now join our voices in song. Please rise in body or in spirit as we sing together hymn 1008 from the Teal hymnal, When Our Heart is in a Holy Place. And the lyrics will be up on the screen.
When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when we trust the wisdom in each of us, every color, every creed and kind, and we see our faces in each other's eyes, then our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when we tell the story from deep inside, and we listen with a loving mind, and we hear our voices in each other's words, then our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when we share the silence of sacred space, and the God of our heart stirs within, and we feel the power of each other's faith, then our heart heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place.
If you are new to FirstU and would like to learn more about us, please contact us through our email at welcome@firstunitarianottawa.ca. And if you are here today in Worship Hall and you would like more information about FirstU, you can find it at the welcome table at the back of the pews, and Carol is there to greet you and to answer any of your questions. We encourage you to sign up to receive the EUU, our weekly email newsletter. Sign up information is available on our website under the EUU Weekly Newsletter tab. And you can also access the EUU on our website or by using the QR code on the back of our printed order of service. Check our Facebook and Instagram pages and our website for notices and updates. Our calendar is as full as ever, with a mix of online and in-person opportunities to get together. This morning, each of us is welcome. We of any heritage or faith, whatever our burdens, of any culture or race, of any gender or orientation, in any body, all that we are today, we are all part of this spiritual community.
We light our chalice this morning with these words from Rebecca Savage. Many hopes in our hearts. Welcome, beloveds, welcome. We come to spiritual community this morning with many hopes in our hearts. The hope for inspiration, the hope for comfort, the hope for renewal. In this time and space, may inspiration water our thirsty souls. In this time and space, may comfort blossom in the gardens of our hearts and bring us sweet relief. In this time and space, may renewal course through us, as electric as a surge of energy, as serene as a nourishing meal, as contagious as joy, and bring us all vitality and rejuvenation. May our time together honor all the hopes we hold within. May our time together bless us with the gifts of inspiration, comfort, and renewal. Let us worship together. Our chalice is lit. Let us worship together and start by singing our chalice song.
Chalice, chalice, burning bright, help remind us with your light how we'd like to live each day, with love and truth helping lead the way.
Each week, we pause in our time together in recognition of the joys and sorrows in our lives, and indeed across the globe. We honor our celebrations and challenges by placing a stone in a bowl of water. As the ripples extend outward, imagine them continuing out beyond these small bowls, out through and past our pews, out into the larger community of all. We don't have any caring cards today, but I do invite you to come forward and to put whatever joy and sorrow you may be carrying into a stone and place it in the bowl of water. And I invite Reverend Laura to hold the space for us as we come forward to express our joys and sorrows. Please come forward. That last stone, as always, represents all that remains in the silent sanctuary of our hearts. Let us now move into a time of stillness and reflection. After a few moments, we'll come back together through the gift of music. At most services this summer, we've had a little something in the treasure chest to represent the theme of today's service. And so we see here a brass elephant. And I chose the elephant, first of all, because I have a huge collection of them at home. Secondly, the elephant is a symbol of trust because of their strong family bonds, both parents and children, but also to their entire herd. And their teachings, the medicine that elephant offers us, is that it's always good to strive to have those strong, trusting bonds between like-minded people. So our reading today is from Oren J. Sofer, their poem, Trust. I trust what this body knows, breathing in, breathing out, the way home. I trust the ground which I can stand upon, the earth that rises to meet my feet and gives gently beneath my weight. And I trust that ground which I cannot stand upon, the falling away that everything returns to. I trust what this body knows, the pulsing and quivering, the tight, the hard, the smooth, rough, and flowing. I trust the great oak and the white pine who do not question where the next branch will grow, who are tall, solid, gnarled, and strong, who bend in the wind. I trust the sun that shines and warms the taut green skin and the deep blue water of this earth, that sun towards which we all instinctively turn, which touches our billions of faces alike, asking only the song of our sincere living in return. I trust what this body knows, breathing in, breathing out, the way home. I trust what this body knows, that the magnolias in spring take time to bloom, that the autumn leaves do not struggle to reach the ground, that we too are beautiful, brief, and free. So we live in turbulent times, both here at home and globally. Threats to our sovereignty and economy, wildfires, smoke in our skies, wars in Ukraine, Israel, and Gaza, the ongoing genocide in Gaza, a liar-in-chief south of the border, 437 days to the midterms. Ever-increasing deliberate misinformation which divides and demeans us all. All this results in uncertainty, fear, and doubt. How does one trust in such a climate? How do we trust ourselves, others, and the world? A higher power, if that is something that we each believe in? Today, Alex and I will share some thoughts with you on the nature of trust, both from a spiritual and a more human perspective. We hope that what we share will, give you a sense of hope, that there is a way to navigate all this uncertainty, and that for this brief time that we are together, we can feel a sense of hope and trust in our topsy-turvy world. First, let's hear from my dear friend, Alex.
Way back in April, when Lisa invited me to share the pulpit with her this morning, I wholeheartedly agreed. The overriding theme for the summer services this year was to be looking back and looking forward. And the topic for August the 24th was to be on trust. It all gave me a sense of excitement. We will be coming to the end of the summer. Looking back, we have recently come to the end of Reverend Eric's ministry with us. Looking forward, we are anticipating with much eagerness and excitement the ministry of our new minister, Reverend Laura Cowton, which is to begin in 2 weeks' time. And with the topic on trust, what could be easier? Or so I thought. As I began to prepare my words on trust, were they to focus on trust the verb or trust the noun? Consulting with Mr. Google, I discovered that there were no less than 166 synonyms and antonyms for the word trust. What I thought was to be easy was becoming quite daunting, and limiting myself to spiritual trust, as Lisa suggested, didn't make things any easier. An important aspect of spiritual trust is a higher power. Now, trusting in a higher power, whether you call it energy or source, spirit of life or power of the universe, the wisdom of nature or God, is one of the most intimate parts of a spiritual journey or a spiritual life. As Hamlet said to Horatio, there are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. In other words, there is much more to this life than appears to be. And as our belief grows in the idea that there is indeed a spiritual dimension to life that we don't fully understand, we begin to trust our higher power more. This higher power is called by many names, as we can see in just paging through our hymn book, Singing the Living Tradition. Saying, "In God we trust," as the nation to the south of us says in their national motto that is emblazoned on their currency, just doesn't make it. How on earth can you say you trust God when you treat what is presumed to be God's creatures, the environment, refugees, migrants, trans people, the homeless, for example, with such contempt and hatred? How can you say that you trust in God when you allow your nation's leaders to thwart a peace in Ukraine by withholding arms, and to perpetuate a genocide in Palestine by supplying arms to Israel and saying little about the devastating famine and starvation that is taking place? Don't let me get started on this time. To return to today's topic, my own personal experience of spiritual trust to begin with. Trust and faith go hand in hand when considering this higher power. As some of you know, I've lived most of my life as a Roman Catholic, and I've prayed and valued the sacramental system that is the basis of Roman Catholicism. When I joined this Unitarian Universalist congregation over 25 years ago, I did so because I was getting increasingly discouraged with the Church's attitude towards women, towards the LGBTQ community at that time, the non-allowance of married clergy, and the ongoing cover-up of that devastating and terrible sexual abuse crisis. And, of course, the reactionary attitudes of the Polish and German popes. I didn't stop praying, and I didn't cease to value the sacramental system. As you may remember from past talks of mine from this pulpit, I refer to myself as a hyphenated Unitarian, a Christian Unitarian. So from the start, I believed in the Abba experience that Jesus had of his God. And I do so as I try to follow the way of Jesus in my own life. I refer to this higher power as Abba, or the life-giving power of the universe, or the Spirit of life, as we do here every Sunday morning, and sometimes as Mother, Father, God, especially when I pray my version of the Lord's Prayer. Whatever language we use, we're not meant to walk alone. And as we sense that we're not here to just exist, we begin to sense that we are called to contribute something meaningful to life, our own life, the lives of those around us, the life of our community, the life of our environment. In this sense, spiritual trust refers to a deep-seated belief and confidence in a higher power, spiritual principles, or one's own inner wisdom that moves us into action to improve the situation in which we find ourselves, even amidst uncertainty and challenges. It is basic for a healthy spiritual life. helping people to navigate life's complexities with resilience and hope. In an earlier life, I've experienced many situations in which I've both received and given spiritual direction. These have been either in silent directed retreats or in ongoing regular spiritual direction relationships. When I made my first 30-day silent retreat according to the spiritual exercises of St. Ignatius of Loyola at Manresa in Spain in May 1975, I learned a lot about spiritual trust and experienced the importance of spiritual trust firsthand, the importance of trusting those inner movements of my spirit, especially as I prayed over my life and certain scriptural tests, trusting my director who was there to assist me in dealing with these inner experiences, and ultimately trusting my God. Having spiritual trust is a little more difficult when one has to make some important life decisions. What to do when faced with the fork in the road, when crucial decisions have to be made that will have an important impact on one's life and one's future. This refers to personal decisions, but can also extend to community decisions that are made for the betterment or future of the community, such as, for instance, the future development of our campus. In many situations, significant decisions have been made: what direction to take in one's life, what new job to take, what different ministry to embark upon. And the tool that was used in arriving at this decision was what we called spiritual discernment. Once again, spiritual trust was of prime importance. This trust and the spiritual discernment entailed 5 things. Firstly, trusting one's director, if there was such a person available to assist in the process. 2, trusting the folk from whom evidence or input was sought regarding the decision to be made, allowing them to be themselves and recognizing their inherent goodness. Thirdly, trusting oneself by believing one's own inner wisdom, intuition, and those inner movements of one's soul. 4, trusting the validity of the norms for discernment. In the Christian context, these norms include the witness of the Hebrews prophets and the example and teachings of Jesus, especially in his so-called Sermon on the Mount. As a Unitarian Universalist, I would add to these norms our 8 principles, especially the 5th, which states that we affirm and promote the right of conscience and the use of the democratic process within our congregation and society at large. I would also add the values to which we were introduced by JetPig at our Sunday services a few months ago. You remember them? Equity, generosity, interdependence, justice, pluralism, and transformation, all centered around love. All of these would be norms for discernment. And of course, the 5th part would be trust in the higher power. Now, I know there's some folk here who possibly reject any notion of a higher power and feel that much of what I'm saying is a lot of gobbledygook. But I believe that the process of spiritual discernment can still apply. I don't have time to deal with that now, but if anyone wants to discuss this over coffee later on, I would be very, very pleased to do so and tell you how I would use these norms of discernment in making decisions. One of the important influences in my life was Thomas Merton, the Roman Catholic Trappist monk, mystic, author, and social activist. He wrote a great deal about the spiritual life and peace, and against the bomb, and against the Vietnam War. He died tragically in Thailand on December the 10th, 1968, when he was accidentally electrocuted while taking a bath. One plausible conspiracy theory, which I tend to believe, has it that he was assassinated by the CIA. At any rate, I conclude these reflections of mine with the words of a prayer that he composed and which is often used in situations of spiritual discernment. My Lord God, I have no idea where I'm going. I do not see the road ahead of me. I cannot know for certain where it will end, nor do I really know myself. And the fact that I think I'm following your will does not mean that I'm actually doing so. but I do believe that the desire to please you does in fact please you. And I hope I have that desire in all that I am doing. I hope that I will never do anything apart from that desire. And I know that if I do this, you will lead me by the right road, though I may know nothing about it. Therefore, will I trust you always, though I may seem to be lost and in the shadow of death. I will not fear, for you are ever with me, and you will never leave me to face my perils alone. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. And I have to say that it has been just a joy preparing this service with you. So my own path to developing trust in a higher power, others, and myself took a much different route, as it will do for all of us. How true the saying, one journey, many paths. How does one develop trust? Certainly, it was not something that was modeled to me growing up. My parents came from very chaotic backgrounds, and so that is what they created when they had a family, more chaos. And trust was certainly not something that was taught in school, even though I went to a Roman Catholic school. As I reflect on my childhood and early school experiences, what I come away with is that I was just supposed to know who and how to trust. When I struggled with trust, the message I received from parents and teachers, and that I internalized, was, there's something wrong with me. What this created for me when I left home at the age of 18 was, well, chaos. I would swing between two unhealthy extremes of trusting. I would trust too quickly, especially in relationships, or I would make rigid decisions and I would dig my heels in, even in the face of new information that could alter my decision. I lived a life of high anxiety, painful breakups, loneliness, and bewilderment around how did I get here again? It took me many years to realize that trust was firstly and most importantly an internal feeling, a body-felt sense, a connection to an invisible string. I spent my teen and young adult years being oblivious to the gentle urgings, the quiet whispers of guidance, the invisible string. The first time I was aware of it, the whisper was actually very loud. So picture this scene. I was 21, and just so you know, at 21, I knew everything. It's a beautiful day in May, and I'm walking down the aisle on my father's arm. It's my wedding day. I'm aware that there is this sensation in my heart and gut that is saying very loudly, no, no, no. At the same time, my head, an internal critic, is saying, go, go, go. So what did I do? I had a church full of people. The reception had been paid for, et cetera, so I married. But that sensation, that voice stayed with me. It mystified me, it unsettled me, and it scared me. So what did I do with it? I shrugged it off. For a little while, anyways, until inevitably my marriage imploded, causing much heartache for me and my then husband. So fast forward, after much personal exploration, counseling, and growth, I learned that trust is an internal process of trusting my connection to a higher power, whom I call Creator. Believing that its guidance is for my highest good, even when I don't readily see that. Developing the ability to discern who, what, when, where to trust. Either trust myself, trust others, or trust the world around me. Alex, your words, whatever language we use, we are not meant to walk alone, resonates with me so profoundly. I came across this quote as I was preparing this reflection that I found most interesting. It was kind of one of those aha moments. And it's from the poet and author C. Joy Bell C. And she says, I quote, "Our bodies have 5 senses: touch, smell, taste, sight, and hearing. But not to be overlooked are the senses of our souls: intuition, peace, foresight, trust, and empathy." Trust as a sense of the soul, the invisible string. For a little word, trust is a big word. It's big in relationships of all kind. It can elicit big emotions, big expectations, and big vulnerability. Losing trust in ourselves and others or our environments is devastating and can have detrimental effects physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. The absence or betrayal of trust can take down personal relationships, businesses, congregations, countries. Over time, I came to recognize that trust was not some external commodity to be won or lost, but a living process, one that required patience, presence, and an ongoing conversation with myself and Creator. The journey towards trust is rarely linear, and it asks us to reconsider what we've been taught, to unlearn inherited patterns of behavior, and to relearn the language of intuition and discernment. This process has changed the way I interact with others. Instead of approaching trust as a binary, either present or absent, I now see it as a spectrum, shaped by experience, communication, and the willingness to show up authentically. Trust asks for curiosity, for a gentle holding of our own and others' imperfections, and for the courage to risk vulnerability in pursuit of deeper, truer bonds. When I look at the world through this lens, trust becomes both a gift and a responsibility, something we offer, something we receive, and something we continually build. It is, as C. Joy Bell C. suggests, a sense of the soul, a bridge between our inner world and the world around us. Trust also requires vulnerability, the willingness to take risks, to risk heartache, disappointment, and the unknown for the possibility of genuine connection. But it also means cultivating boundaries, learning when to say yes and when to gently turn away. It involves listening for that subtle inner guidance, that invisible string, and honoring it even when it defies logic or convenience. Over years of inner work, I've discovered that building trust within myself laid the foundation for all other relationships. It meant forgiving myself for mistakes, extending grace for the times I ignored my own wisdom, and nurturing the quiet voice that always seeks my highest good. So when I say to someone, "I don't trust you," or someone says to me, "I don't trust you," what does that mean? How do we break down such a complex word? Let me offer you one way to look at trust that has helped me immensely. In her video, Anatomy of Trust, and her book, Atlas of the Soul, researcher and writer Dr. Brené Brown speaks and writes about the elements of trust. Through her research, she came up with an acronym of the 7 main trust elements. Braving, which of course we first need to apply to ourselves before we apply to anybody else. So here are the elements. B, boundaries. Am I respecting my own boundaries? Am I clear about what's okay and not okay for me? R, reliability. Did I do what I say I'm going to do for myself and others? A, accountability. Can I admit when I mess up, apologize and make amends to myself and others rather than blaming myself and others, which means I have to keep that pesky internal critic in check. The vault. Can I keep what has been shared with me confidential and resist the juice of gossip or talking about others? I, integrity. Do I choose comfort? Do I choose courage over comfort? Do I practice my values, not just profess them? Non-judgment. Am I aware of my biases? How do I judge myself and others? And lastly, generosity. Am I generous to myself, treating myself with empathy and kindness, and therefore having the ability to treat others with empathy and kindness? As Brené Brown says, and I quote, "Trust is not built in big sweeping moments. It's built in the tiny moments every day." So these 7 words that make up the acronym BRAVING, they give us a place to start when sometimes having to have difficult conversations about trust. When we can be specific about which element gets in the way of trusting relationships, we can choose to speak from the heart and to be vulnerable. Now, you may use other words to define trust for you, hence the question, the title of this service, how do you spell trust? So let me conclude with this. Trust, then, is not a static state, but a living, breathing act. It is the courage to reach beyond cynicism, even when the world trembles. In these turbulent times, perhaps it is enough to begin by trusting that our small acts of kindness, our efforts to seek truth, and our capacity for empathy can help mend the fractures within ourselves and in the world around us. Let me share a prayer with you to follow Alex's example that I've turned to when I've faced the need for spiritual guidance. It's entitled Gentle Me Holy One by the Reverend Dr. Ted Lodger, who is a retired United Methodist minister, and it's from his book, Gorillas of Grace, which is a great little book of poems. Gentle me, Holy One, Creator, into an unclenched moment, a deep breath, a letting go of heavy experiences, of shriveling anxieties, of dead certainties, that softened by silence, surrounded by light, and open to the mystery, I may be found by wholeness, upheld by the unfathomable, entranced by the simple, and filled with the joy that is you. Thank you. Let me get back to my order of service here. So now we're going to have the summer choir come up and sing our anthem for today. The name of the song is Strong is What We Make Each Other by Mary Gregoria.
life. Pain and vision intertwining. Flowing through me. Flowing through you. Birthing life. Love and justice guide our journey. Love and justice guide our journey. Flowing through me. Flowing through me. Flowing through you. Flowing through me. Birthing life. Strong is what we make together. Strong is what we make together. Flowing through me. Flowing through me. Flowing through you. Flowing through me. Birthing life. Birthing life.
Today is Social Justice Sunday for our congregation, and the Unitarian House was nominated to receive the collection from this Sunday service. So I'm now going to ask Alex to come forward to speak on behalf of Unitarian House's Executive Director, Jennifer Vreely.
Hello again. Unfortunately, Jennifer couldn't be here today, but she asked me if I would read this on her behalf. At the outset, allow me to thank you all so very much for designating this Sunday's Social Justice Collection to Unitarian House. Let me tell you why this is so very important to us. In 1973, FirstU gave birth to the idea that became Unitarian House of Ottawa, our city's only not-for-profit and charitable retirement living community. Built on a foundation of social responsibility and determination, Unitarian House opened its doors 41 years ago and since then has earned an outstanding reputation for providing quality senior living at an affordable price. Today, Unitarian House is a vibrant community of residents, staff, and volunteers. It is a place where older adults not only live but belong, contribute, and feel valued. More than residents, they are neighbors and friends, sharers and carers, proud to call Unitarian House home. I am so deeply proud to serve as the new executive director. That's not me, that's Jennifer speaking. And though I could not be here with you in person today, I look forward to joining you another Sunday to share more about myself, our work, and our vision. This past year, we have focused on streamlining our priorities through our strategic plan, always returning to our vision to be an active and engaged community that welcomes older adults of all means and circumstances. But as much as we are proud of our reputation, we are also facing challenging times. The retirement home industry has become increasingly commercial. More and more residences are being built, saturating the market, with costs often reaching $6,000 to $10,000 per month or more. At Unitarian House, our model is different. We provide one fair, transparent rate, without the plus charges common in the industry. And as a charity, we go even further. Through our financial assistance program, we subsidize both apartment living through our rent geared to income program and even retirement living, something no one else that I know of does. We ensure that our incumbent residents never have to leave because of financial reasons. You know, and the older we get, the more our financial resources deplete. And today we provide more than $160,000 in subsidies every year. And with the rising cost of living, that number continues to grow. The truth is, we cannot do this without support. Unlike many organizations, we receive no government funding for our financial assistance program. Every single subsidy comes from donations and fundraising. When I speak with residents, family members, volunteers, or community partners, they often say the same thing. Quote, "I just like the way it feels when I walk through the doors," unquote. That feeling of safety, belonging, and dignity is what we are working so hard to preserve. Help us keep these doors open for many more years to come, so that your parents, yourselves, and perhaps even your children may one day have a safe, supportive, and vibrant community to call home in the later chapters of life. Every step we take and every dollar given makes a difference. Together we can continue to provide care, connection, and comfort to the seniors who call Unitarian House home. Thank you for your time, your generosity, and your commitment to helping seniors thrive. Sincerely, Jennifer Briley, Executive Director.
Thank you, Alex. Will the ushers please start passing the baskets at this time? Thank you. Our congregation has a long history of care, vitality, and bringing people together to move the arc of justice forward. We've been able to live into our hopes and dreams because of the generosity of those within and beyond this community. Whether you're here in Worship Hall or anywhere else, you are a part of this community. We rely on one another to keep this congregation vital and resilient. If you have any questions about how you can give, please go to our website or contact our finance manager to find out how you can make a donation or to keep up with your pledges. Those in Worship Hall today can use the QR code on the back of the order of service to make an online donation. Our gifts are freely given and gratefully received. We dedicate these gifts to the work of this community of faith, serving human wholeness, caring for the planet, upholding religious freedom, welcoming the stranger, loving one another. Now let us sing together once more. Please rise in body or spirit as we sing hymn number 346 from the Gray Hymnal, "Come Sing a Song with Me." The words will also be on the screen.
Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me, that I might know your might. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time. Come dream a dream with me. Come dream a dream with me. Come dream a dream with me, that I might know your might. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter. Come walk and reign with me. Come walk and reign with me. Come walk and reign with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time. Come share a rose with me. Come share a rose with me. Come share a rose with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time.
Before we begin to close this time of worship and reflection, a reminder that food and household items from our grocery support program are available for those who would like some in the room adjacent to Fellowship Hall. If you are new here, still feel new, or simply welcome conversation today, please pick up a green mug. We do have one. As you enter Fellowship Hall. Doing so will help others looking forward to good conversation find you. And if you see someone sporting a green mug, please approach them. Ask them about who they are and what drew them here this morning to start another great conversation. Also, if any of you require a ride to the Pride Parade, please see Chuck after the service. Now, as we prepare to extinguish our chalice, let these words from Maya Angelou guide us forward. And I quote, "Have enough courage to trust love one more time, and always one more time." Our chalice is extinguished. May the spark of our connection remain vibrant and support us until we meet again next Sunday. Please rise in body or spirit as we come together one more time and sing Spirit of Life. You can find it in the great teal hymnal, number 123, or the words will be up on the screen. And we'll sing it. Sorry?
Oh, it's the gray one.
Oh, it's the gray one. My apologies. We'll sing first in English and then en français.
Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in thy heart all the songs of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the land, giving life the shape of justice. Words only close, wings set me free.
May we always remember that we are people of love, providing a place in this world for our spirit, a place called home. As now we return to the challenge and joy of helping the world come alive in love, let us go forward with love in our hearts, sowing seeds of justice from our hands and peace in our steps. Go in peace. Go making peace. Amen.